Alrighty, good evening, everybody. Welcome to a very late Pink Panther stream on what night are we? Thursday night. Hope everyone is doing well. Um, yeah, a bit of a late one because I fell asleep on the couch partially, but then I saw the alert that the new Steam update's out. So welcome, Ghouls, Min, welcome, Brados, welcome. Happy affiliate birthday. I have noticed the party hats in the chat on Twitch. That's pretty cool. So I probably should have organised to do something a bit more special for that, but maybe we will over the weekend or over the coming weeks. But hopefully everyone is going well. Welcome, Tommy, on TikTok, and Paul. I am a Tiger supporter, Tommy. Go up for the Tigers. So what about you? Oh, I missed it, Paul. They got the W. Very good. Very good. What'd they win by? Unfortunately, my multi that I copied from a gentleman at work bombed out from the first game. We needed, I think it was Norway to win, but that lost. And then the third leg of the multi was Sam Kerr to kick 2 goals, which clearly didn't happen because she was withdrawn not long before the game started. So hopefully she's okay. The crowd looked like it was a really good crowd, and I saw the first 15-20 minutes while trying to explain to my boys how soccer worked, which was good. But no, it looked like a really good atmosphere, so that's good. G'day Taha, welcome. I think Port are actually. I've changed my mind. I know I've said Collingwood the last couple of weeks, but I actually do think I'm changing my mind to Port Adelaide winning this week because I think it's the loss that Collingwood need to have, similar to how last week was the loss that Port needed to have against Carlton, if that makes any sense. Hey, Kano in the chat, welcome, mate. What's going on, buddy? 75, is that right? 75k crowd. That's awesome. That's so good. So good. Oh, Jesse, welcome. Won't be shocked if the Hawks beat us, to be honest. The Hawks always match up well on us for some reason. And yeah, it's going to be a lot closer and more difficult than people think. I don't think it's going to be a pushover by any stretch. Have you had a chance to check out the Brian Lake interview? You'd love that one, being a Hawks supporter. Hopefully, 1-0 from a penalty. Very good, Paul. Very good. Hopefully, Pro Team news does come soon. But yeah, we'll have to. I mean, it wasn't in this batch. I just read the notes then. But g'day, Carlton. I'm going to read out the patch details in a sec. I did see that, Kano. That is really interesting. Really interesting. Yeah, would you get him? Would you go after him? Carlton with the sub. Thank you, mate. Much appreciated. Let me bring up my little board of numbers because we've got to let you pick a number now. Try and win yourself $10. Oh, that's right, Jesse. If you go to, it's on YouTube. It's on, what else is it on? I think it's on everything. YouTube at the moment. The episodes are there, so you'll be able to check out the Brian Lake stuff there, which was really, really good. Absolute cracking fellow he is. All right, Carlton Blues. Thank you very much for the sub on Twitch. Much appreciated. We're going to... I hope I've got this set up still. I really can't remember if I do or not. Oh, I do. Good. We'll head to the game board screen. Select a number from the board, my friend, and we'll see if we can find you $10, and then we'll read through some patch notes, and then we'll test the game out and see what is happening. Oh, you've got 100. Top of the board, 100. Is there a gold star? No gold star behind 100, but I really, really appreciate the support. Thank you so very, very much. It means the world, all the support we get. Oh, the Sarge as well. The Sarge has decided to do the sub as well. Bigger number, Sarge. I'll go back to my game show screen. Thank you, mate. Oh, has it come back up? I think it's come back up. No, I appreciate that. When's AFL23 coming to Xbox, Ethan? Sorry, I was getting your name blended in with the word Xbox. I was going to call you Eekbox or Xbox. Well, we don't know officially, but it's meant to be end of July, early August is what they kind of floated. So that's where it was at. But I know, yeah, fair enough, Sarge. Like, honestly, Sarge, if I had my way, no way would play at all. I'm not a fan either, but as I suppose, as you all know, we don't get much of a say on that front. But yeah, pick a number, my friend. Pick a number from the board, Sarge, and we will see if we can find you a gold star for $10. Who win the grand final? Tommy, I reckon the Pies will. I reckon the Pies. So, Monty, I'm going to read out the patch notes very shortly, and we'll have a look at the patch notes, and then we'll start playing it for a bit. Sarge is picking 69. Very good, Sarge. Is there a gold star? No star behind 69, mate. But I do love that you went for that number, and I appreciate the support, mate. Thank you. You're a superstar. All right, let's have a look at these. I'm going to read out the patch notes quickly. Well, not quickly. I'll read through them. And g'day, Clutch. Welcome. So these patch notes dropped at 8:50 p.m. on their Twitter. So I'm not sure what time that meant that it hit. So it says it'll be available very soon on PlayStation as well, is one of the comments I read there. Yes, the patch is just for Steam. So the patch notes are as follows: improved set shot user interface, improved set shot mechanics, improved AI decision making, improved positioning, improved player controlled handballs, improved player controlled tackling, improved special events field and ball markings. Special events. Oh, okay. So on the ground, I guess, like the paint on the ground and the ball. Improved scene transition screen wipe. Improved coin toss sequence to allow skip, added chip kick and chip handball to controls, interesting, added online custom match quarter length options, added additional coin toss characters, I wonder if I'm in there, I won't be, updated selected AFL player hair and likeness, increased custom club count to 1024, so Chuck, if you're listening, that is for you, my man, and disabled weather at Marvel Stadium, so no more weather at Marvel, and improved stability. So, 1 year, Sergeant, you're following. Jesus. OGs represent. Get around it. I love all the 1 year. That's crazy. That's amazing. I appreciate 1 year's worth of support. It's awesome. So yeah, they're the patch notes. The coin toss. So a lot of people were wanting to be able to skip the coin toss for whatever reason. I suppose it probably did drag on a little bit, didn't it? Maybe. Let's play. Quite well poised to have a Richmond versus Hawthorn game. This is just a play now because I find that I'm shivering. It's cold. I find that when things are changed in the game, I find it's easy to spot or see them when doing a brand new game on play now rather than continuing a season game. So we're going to play at Marvel. We've got wind on and we've got, let's change it to rain because technically speaking, it shouldn't work. So let's see what happens there. Oh, sorry. I turned the channel points off last night because of the Brian Lake interview. I will turn them back on after this. I did forget to put that back on. Sorry. Oh, I appreciate the rose and the tennis ball. Much appreciated. Thank you, guys. Crossplay. No, it doesn't say anything about crossplay. It doesn't say. I don't know when the crossplay is happening. PS5, they made a post saying that it's coming to PS5 very soon. What that means exactly, I'm not entirely sure. So we'll try and find out more. A nice 24 degrees with I'm out in the garage, Paul, so it's bloody freezing out here with no heater. And we just got our recent gas bill the other day, and it's like almost nearly triple, but double what it usually is. And I don't really think we'd been using the heater that much more than usual, so we've had to monitor that. It's bloody cold out here. Compensation. I don't know. I don't even know if I can compensate you, man. No, I'll flick it on though. I'll flick it on after this because I wasn't sure how the shit works. Oh, there we've got a female tossing the coin. So I shouldn't skip through it. It looked like a manly hand though. Oh, I didn't call it toss. The arms don't look very feminine, do they? Or is it just me? It's like they've done the head and the torso, but the arms don't look... The arms still look slightly manly. Yeah, gas rates are shit during winter, Sard. It's so crap. Possibly Carlton, yeah. Possibly... that's the... that crossplay comes in maybe when the patch lines. They got the AFL, so that's a nice little cutscene, I guess. So how do I wonder how we do a chip kick? Probably should have looked that up, shouldn't I?
McIntosh. What's he got on offer? Frost tries to spike it out of the danger zone.
Oh, I can still kick goals, okay. Happy affiliate anniversary. Thank you, Captain. Thank you, mate. Clutch, have I seen a new video? Did I? I watched one of yours today, but I can't remember if it was the most recent one. I'll have to check it. I'll have to check. That's a great question.
Was that a throw? Reeves.
Where's the scoreboard? And I know I haven't got it set up on Twitch, on TikTok, because I rushed it, but that is a very, very good question. Settings. Let's see. Not that we should have to enable that by any... Oh, there's actually a button here, folks, that says enable crossplay. So that's interesting. Set shot, quick ball trail, interchanges. I want that on. Remote player info, enable crossplay, enable cross content, show radar HUD. Volume, on field. No, graphics, not going to be in there. Interesting. So it looks like... Right, so it looks like there's no scoreboard. What's main HUD? Oh, no, there we go. Enable or disable the score HUD during this phase. Why would that default to off? That's stupid. Okay, so it's there, but I don't know why that would... Why would you have that default to not being there? I'm not too sure. That seems a little bit crazy. Okay, the score is back though. The score is back. When will AFL come to Xbox? Well, everyone's hoping for end of July, early August, but there's nothing else been official said more than the last time it was there.
Reeves wins it down. Wingard. Can he hit a target? More.
Is there a new set shot? So I haven't taken a set shot yet, so I'm not sure. I'll have to check that out then.
It's always good for the confidence to see that finish straight through.
I can't believe that HUD thing. That's like almost a public service announcement type thing they'll have to do, because people are going to be confused as hell when that happens. You got timed out. Timed out from where, Boone?
So the underdogs throwing down the gauntlet.
Where are you putting it, Boone? Timed out. I haven't timed anyone out, so I can't be here, I guess.
He's made a hot start to this match. The kick is
Pro team is coming. But yeah, we just don't know when. I'm hoping that we'll know a little bit more once PlayStation gets this patch, which is apparently very soon. And yeah, I suppose we need crossplay enabled as well, which is going to be the next big thing.
Bolter is like the Rock of Gibraltar.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're posting it on their forum, I hardly think they're going to leave it there if it's not constructive. I think if you can give reason as to why you think it's bad and what they can improve and offer suggestions, they're more likely to leave it there. But if you're just blatantly telling them it looks shit, I doubt they will leave it.
Sensational grab. They'll contest in the center square.
Oh, Lynch marked that. Like I said, you can say what you want here, but nothing will get really deleted. But I suppose if you're going to do it on their forum, you're probably better off being constructive. Do you know when this update will come to PlayStation? G'day, Mitch. I don't. But they had a post on their Twitch, or a reply to a comment after the patch notes were posted, saying that it will be coming. Look at the fucking Ford Amble here. That it will be coming to PlayStation very soon. I know that doesn't effectively mean much, because very soon, is that a week, is it days, or what it is? But that was the comment that they wrote. Oh, what a pickup from K-Mac. Does anyone happen to know what the chip kick or chip handball button is? Because that's one of the new things in there. Pre-ordered in March. Yeah, I know AFLX. It's a very frustrating set of circumstances that's still not out on Xbox yet, and there's still obviously Pro Team missing and things like that. But I suppose Xbox is more a Microsoft decision rather than a Big Ant decision. So we've got to kind of wait for them to do their bit to, you know, let them get it out there. But the Pro Team part would be cool to have that sooner rather than later for sure.
Searching kick.
Oh, can we take a mark? No. Yes. Good call there, Captain. Pause controls. Settings. Fully new screen after the stoppage. Yeah, that little flash, that little set screen, that little slide screen thing is new. Yeah, view controls. Attacking controls. Set shots. No, not that one. Chip kick. A plus left bumper and right bumper. Chip handball. X plus left bumper and right bumper. All right, let's have a go.
Ignoring the corridor.
Let's try. Oh, I got sat on. Absolutely sat on. Yeah, the Pink Panther custom team will have the Guernsey now. We'll have the Guernsey. But I have noticed that it's like a couple of players have dropped off, and I don't understand why. So I'm still looking into that too. I don't get it. G'day Henry, what's going on? I think we can win. I think we can win on Saturday. Whether we will or not is a different question. We need to. It's a big game. The Hawks will be good. Mitch Lewis up forward for them is really good. Hopefully PlayStation users will be able to access the game. You should be able to access the game now, Jared. Double bumper. Oh, are the Steam Decks any good? I don't think I'd ever get one, but I've seen or heard a lot about them. Are they good? Jordan, what's the go with Pro Team? We're still all waiting to hear, to be honest, mate. We're still trying to work out when. So, on the last we all heard, it was still in testing and things like that. Oh my, what? I'm trying to remember to tell myself to hit the two bumpers in A. Out of interest, is the game running smooth on Twitch and TikTok? Sometimes I'm finding that it's a little bit jagged and glitchy here, but I don't know if that's just my screen. Let's try a chip kick. Oh, so a bit of elevation. Okay. We'll chip it again.
They've picked their way through. Hopper, here's real danger now.
Poor defence leaving him on his own, and now.
So I don't necessarily know where the chip kick will come in handy. I'm trying to think. Oh, hello. We've got a new kicking interface here. Oh.
That's not going to come back. It wasn't his best.
That was different. No, that's new set shot, mint. That's smooth. New set shot. Oh, it's going to be 50. And I missed it. Yeah, true. Maybe it releases quicker. Oh, Lynchy. Lynchy boy. Appreciate the follows on the TikTok.
There goes the kick inside the 50.
All right, let's have a look at this set shot meter again, folks. This is a new kicking set shot meter. So it's not as transparent. Larger red area. What does it all mean though, Basil?
Looks good off the boot. He's got it.
Oh, I've nailed it. So I'm kind of guessing here a little bit, but it looks like the dark blue bit is the sweet spot on where to hit it. Would we agree with that based on that shot? Well, Sarge, I noticed that, so prior to this update, I would have given away 50 for my player already being at that, on the mark, essentially, but it didn't give one this time, so that's good. Hopefully that's gone, because that was bloody annoying.
The two big men do battle. Aim on. Can he find a teammate? He's hit up the lead. What a game he's having.
So much red could have... I'm guessing that the amount of red in terms of power is going to be based on the player that is kicking the ball and their goal kicking stat or their goal kicking power stat, I reckon, is how that will correlate. That will be my guess. No, I'm not sure when Pro Team's coming out yet, so we're still all kind of waiting to hear. Oh, fuck, I shouldn't have played on there. We're still waiting to hear on that one. Hopefully Well, now both Steam's now ahead of PlayStation again, but they did say that the PlayStation patch is coming very soon, which is good. So yeah, hopefully that all comes through shortly. I'll try another chip kick. Oh. So there's meant to be, yeah, better handballing, better tackling as well. Chip kick, chip handball, which you got to hold the bumpers for, both bumpers at the same time. Oh, disagree. Yes, Min, definitely getting NBA 2K24. Yep, we're holding the ball. Yep, that was bad. But I don't think there'll be a return of Herbie and Sock on a stream level. They kind of didn't want to really be a part of that part of it anymore. They just wanted, I suppose, they just didn't want to have their voice or face on screen, which is fine. That's everyone each their own. I've got no issue with that. So I'll probably stream it, and there's a very solid chance it'll be while playing with them. You just probably won't hear or see them. It'll just be me. So some of the conversation may end up being out of context. Same with FIFA when EA FC, whatever comes out. We'll all be getting that too on PlayStation. Do the chip handball. Oh, nah, not quick enough. I know, Sock has some good rages. He's probably more inclined to have a cheeky night on stream than Herbie, but we'll see how it unfolds. Jared, I support Boston in the NBA. Oh, shit. Support Boston. Who's everyone else support? Make sure as well... Oh my god, my voice just went. If anyone missed it last night, we had Brian Lake on, talking about his footy career. It's on our YouTube page. I've posted it up in two different... There's a third part. I've posted up the first two parts. The first part being about his time at the Bulldogs, and the second part being his time at the Hawks. And the third part is about his time on Survivor and things outside of football, and some rapid-fire questions and stuff like that. So he was an absolute cracker. Even if you're not a Hawthorn or a Bulldog supporter, I promise you'll enjoy it. Because even I had a lot of people who, don't follow either team in watching it, saying how enjoyable it was. He's just a very, very good storyteller, and yeah, he's doing well. And I encourage everyone to go to YouTube and check it out and give it a like and a subscribe. He's awesome. I'm from Melbourne, Cows. I'm from Melbourne. As a ghost hunter, I identify as transparent. My pronouns are who, her. Fair enough.
Drop punt, and he has put it away.
Miami Warriors. I support the Lakers in the NBA. Don't watch it. Yeah, fair enough. I support whoever KD plays for currently. It's yeah. The good thing about NBA though is at least with it being on ESPN, we kind of get access to watch like most of the games. Whereas soccer, we don't get to see any of it now, unless you got Optus, of course. But I am not an Optus customer. Wow, it is a lot more difficult to mark than what I remember it being.
Should be a goal.
So, George, with that, so your comment was, I haven't fixed the Bulldog coach yet. That's not a big issue. That is a Luke Beveridge not wanting to do it issue, believe it or not. So, he doesn't, even though there was reports that he changed his mind and it was okay to be a part of it, that didn't actually mean being scanned. That meant that the club sent images for them to use in place of, and they were shit-ass quality and didn't work. So the only solution they've got at the moment is to use one of their assistants. So Bevo hasn't actually really helped or come to the party at all, from what I understand. They've just sent some images that didn't really work. Ah, Jesus, that's going to be a bit of getting used to.
He'd be disappointed with that, but he'll back himself to make amends if he gets a chance.
Knock shock, Bevo wouldn't do it. I know. I know, some coaches just think they've got, no doubt they've got a heap of shit on in their life being a coach. It's not a quiet job, but all they're actually doing is ruining the experience for their own fans. So that's the interesting part. Ooh.
That's almost worth a kick. The Tigers under great pressure. Reeves hunting the footy. I've liked his game today. Tarrant heads off the danger with a well-judged
He's a bit of a... Yeah, he kind of just runs his own race a little bit. But I think as a coach, maybe you sometimes have to. But I would just think with something like this, when it's something that's going to improve or make your supporter base who purchase the game happy, that you would just do it. I don't know. It just seems like a bit of a no-brainer.
Yeah, got a fist in.
Anyway.
That's skillful. Wingard.
Who's going to the game on Saturday? I'm talking about the Richmond Hawthorn one in particular. Anyone heading along? Potentially might try and do a cheeky vlog of the game as well, if I can remember. I really want to be able to talk to other supporters around the ground too, but I don't have the proper external microphone stuff, which I'm bloody annoyed at.
This is what he gets paid to do, kick these goals.
Bulldog Nation, did I hear what happened to Bevo last weekend? No, what happened to Bevo last weekend? What did he do? You're going, Sarge? Very good. Fair enough, Cows. That might be a bit difficult for you to get there from Perth. Did you go to the one last week? Or did you go to any of the soccer games?
And they might be unassailable soon.
Yeah, I heard Thursday night footy's gone. I was actually asking if there was a game on tonight to my wife earlier. But yeah, no game. I'm kind of torn because, as a general rule, I'm not a massive fan of Thursday night football if we're playing, but it's actually quite cool to have on when it's interstate. I know you can't have it both ways. Yeah, it's a bit of a bummer. Actually, I did see that, but I did see that punching a. Sorry, I didn't see it. I read that. Yeah, he was punching a. Was it a coaching board or something like that? Angry man. To be fair, what the fuck was that? To be fair, I don't think he'll be the first or the last that's done it. He's probably just a bit unlucky that it's been reported on or caught on camera, I reckon. Did he really just kick this over his head from on the ground? I mean, he's taking a specky on me. Fair play. Right. Well, I mean, he has ultimately handballed it while on the ground over his head, so that's kind of cool. It just kind of warped into his hand, though. He punched the whiteboard. Legend, hard to tell if the patch is good. This is my first game playing it. I'm going to throw it out there. The game's definitely harder. So I usually play on hardest, but this has been... I've actually found it a lot more difficult to mark, especially when in defence. It hasn't felt as even. Goal kicking's different as well. But like I said, it's the first game, so it might just take a little bit of getting used to potentially. Hey, Tex, what's going on? But yeah, like I said, at least we've got the soccer on, captains, cricket, golf. There's a heap of shit on at the moment. A heap of shit. The AFC. Oh, good question, Paul. I reckon there will be quite a few leagues to play with on the AFC. It sounds like they've gotten licensed to quite a few. But, I'm getting outmarked everywhere. But for EA FC, we'll mainly be playing, I think, pro clubs and probably Ultimate Team again, to be honest. So it doesn't really impact that game mode, I guess. But if you're going to be putting out a game like that has like career mode and stuff like that, it needs to be able to have stuff in there that makes it deep with different clubs and options and things like that. The soccer, I think, is on Channel 7, Tex, I reckon. On Channel 7. No, I saw the first 20 minutes of the Matildas and then I didn't see the rest, but it sounds like they got the dub, so that's the main thing. That is the main thing. Oh, 7+. Is it 7+? Okay. Which is good.
Kicks it goal.
Yeah, the Hawks are absolutely slapping me here. They have not missed either.
Some good ball movement there created that opportunity and a cool finish as well.
This is, definitely gotten harder.
Need to crack open plan C in a minute. Warple. Clean pickup. Met solidly. Broad. In the centre square. Can they turn back the tide?
No.
Blank. Feeds it out. Jaff. The Hawks are red hot at the moment. Hardwick.
I know, this better not be a sign of things to come on Saturday. I played on okay there. That seemed a bit smoother. Oh.
Rioli is a dynamo.
Oh,
it's hard to find
that
the winner
way
for
too
them
far.
today. No wonder
Should have
the
stabbed
Hawks
past
are
that.
frustrated. Good vision there. Sicily.
Yeah.
They're
If this is a sign of what's going to happen Saturday,
Cochin takes an excellent
I'm not
grab.
going. I'm bailing.
Kicks laterally.
Reeboks. Big Jack.
They'll have to give it his all.
So for those who've just joined, there's a new kicking meter for set shots. So I'm still trying to work out. I mean, I've put that one in the red, obviously. Oh, that's gone through, I think. Yes.
It's been hard to find positives today, but that was skillful transition.
Family day out, Sarge. Family day out because it's, well, the wife's Hawthorn. Liam's Richmond. Noah's technically Hawthorn, but I think he'll rock up in his Noah Bolter Guernsey, to be honest. So, yeah, it'll be a family affair, given it's our home game as well, which is good. So, yeah, it should be good. Oh, fuck. That was bad handball.
The Hawks can smell blood.
But,
Too big, too strong.
yeah, I was going to try and do, some talking to people there, but I haven't got the right setup yet, which is annoying. Based on experience so far, Jared, I've been putting it in the red and it's been okay, but I reckon it depends on who you're using to kick for goal as well. Like, if you're using a proper forward, it's probably going to be a bit more accurate, which is good. Hopefully it's a good start. Hopefully not, Paul. Hopefully not. Is there a FIFA game where you can create a career player and just as them? I haven't played career for a while, to be honest, on FIFA, but I know they do have story modes, but I don't know if that's as the predetermined story character. The way EAFC reads, and I might be wrong, so don't hold me to this, but the way it reads with in the recent videos, it seems like that you will be able to have a created player in some type of story mode as well as your player in pro clubs and things like that. Because they're talking about being able to add like all the different traits and shit to different modes, not just in one mode. So that should be interesting. Well, the Noah name in wasn't actually... The Noah name wasn't for Noah Bolter, specifically. But as a bit of a sidekick, my wife does think Noah Bolter is quite an attractive human, so it maybe did help get it over the line, even though she's a Hawks supporter. But no, we do have names picked out for the third, which I won't reveal because I'll get in trouble. And do we have... I don't think we have a Richmond player with this particular boy's name. We have, but I don't think we do currently. No Cripps, no Chera, no Mackay. Oh, shit. Who have you got? Oh, wow, that's a lot of outs. Yeah, I'm glad Coulthard's getting a chance as well, Kane. I'm not sure if I don't think I agree with it being as a sub, though, if I'm being honest. I'm not a big fan of that. Let's do Collingwood versus Port. I'm just doing play now games because I've gone the longest way possible here. I feel like I need to get used to... I feel like I need to get used to how this plays again before I go back into my career mode because it's so different. Career's getting better. Yeah, I think they have improved career on FIFA over the years. Like I said, I've kind of just gotten caught up in pro club and Ultimate Team because this year was literally the first time I've ever played Ultimate Team. Noah, what's new in the patch? So the patch... Oh, let me go back. I know a few new people have joined. Let me go back to the patch notes quickly and I'll read it out because it's quite long and I don't want to half-ass it. So the patch notes for tonight are... This is for Steam and they have said it will be available very soon on PlayStation. So the set shots are improved set shot user interface, which we saw in that game earlier. So it's a whole different goal kicking set shot meter now. improved set shot mechanics, improved AI decision making, improved AI positioning, improved player-controlled handballs, improved player-controlled tackling, improved special events field and ball markings, improved scene transition screen wipe, improved coin toss sequence to allow skip, added chip kick and chip handball to controls. So if you want to do a chip kick, you hold your left bumper and right bumper at the same time and hit A. And if you want to do a chip handball, hold the left bumper, right bumper, and do square or X, I think it is for Xbox. Added online custom match quarter length options. Added additional coin toss characters. So we had a female tossing the coin before. Updated selected AFL player hair and likeness. Increased custom club count to 1,024. Disabled weather at Marvel and improved stability. So they are the patch notes. That's probably Jared. The red ball for the day game is probably my fault because I didn't change. I probably can change it still, can't I? Ball color red, which would be weird for Richmond this week. We hardly ever play with it. Do you think Nick Dacos is going to get tagged? Nick Dacos will definitely get tagged. I think clubs will be crazy if they don't tag him. But I also think he's going to enter that territory of being a player that can't be tagged if he hasn't already. And I guess it's up to the other Collingwood midfielders to maybe protect him a little bit and fly the flag, which I think they will. But I'm actually more surprised that that clubs don't do it more often, to be honest, target him. I mean that out of respect, to be honest. But yeah, g'day, King. I was surprised as well. I had someone message me on what was it? Discord. Someone in the Discord wrote that was a patch out. Like, oh, better jump on. We can trigger this. That's true, Kane. And look, realistically, Kane, we are going to use the sub at some point, aren't we? But I don't know. I just feel like that if you're making a debut, you should be starting on the ground. But I don't know. I just feel it. But that's, back the club in. No, so there's I don't know if that's the same female as last time or not, but I've got a couple of question marks on the arms. They looked a little bit manly still, but the head and torso was quite clearly feminine. Jim Leash on TikTok, welcome. When is Pro Team coming out? That's the $1 million question, my friend. Still not sure. It was, slated for... Well, hopefully... I was thinking it was going to be mid-July, but I'm clearly wrong. So hopefully when... Let me show you guys something quickly. This might give... Oh, fuck, we can't see that on TikTok. God damn it. So when you pause, there's actually now things in the pause menu that have got enable crossplay as one of the options. So once you start seeing things like that come in, that kind of makes me feel like that's one, crossplay is not far away, hopefully within the next patch or two, and two, that to be able to get pro teams you need crossplay. So I think they're starting to kind of tie it all together. My personal hope would be that that pro team comes in, by end of July, early August, but we'll need crossplay to be in the game before that can happen. Oh, I thought Pep was going to rove that. He's had a fresh area as well. And I said this is my second game playing with the new patch tonight, and I did say after the first game, I felt that the game's harder because I got absolutely spanked last game on the hardest against Hawthorn. I felt that marking was a lot more difficult. It was maybe a lot more stringent on time. Like I've already really noticed that there's a lot more dropped marks, which I think is a good thing. The update was at 1 gig, I think it was. So it didn't take long on Steam. But yeah, 1 gig was the size. I should have said that at the start. Apologies. Oh fuck, that is a bad set shot. Yeah, because that changed, didn't it, Kane? His name changed. England are 1 for 90 in their first innings. Did we only make 200 or something? Something shithouse like that. Is that right? I'm on Steam, Ben. I'm on Steam. So the PlayStation version of this patch will be coming shortly, according to their tweet. So there's a whole new goal-kicking interface. I don't know the full tips and tricks on this new goal-kicking technique yet. I'm still trying to work it out myself, but I'm typically putting it in the red and trying to get it obviously in that blue bit, but I don't know if I aim it, if I let it go further one side, if that improves, if that changes the angle, or yeah, I don't know. I'll try and do another one of those chip handballs or kicks. Oh, that was a good handball. So there's meant to be better. There's meant to be better handballing as well and better tackling for users. And like, I think I'd said for a while that I always had felt that handballing was at maybe 85%. So if that improves, even if it's 5%, if that's what we end up feeling, then that's a win. I tried a line game again on Steam last night, but crashed. Oh, really? That shit, Paul. I've only played the one online game in about a month. Oh, fuck, that's... Oh, no, got away with it. And it played okay. It played okay, but maybe we'll try another one of those after this. Appreciate the follows. We made a little over 300 and England are destroying us. Yeah, it's never good. I kept seeing people on Twitter saying the Aussies should be doing a rain dance. Because I had Martin Slabbershey was doing an interview saying that they weren't very happy with how it panned out. Loving that Daniel Ricciardo's back in the F1. When's the first race? It's this week coming, isn't it? This weekend coming, the first race. There's going to be so much fanfare, like in media stuff, about him being in. I mean, it's good. Being an Aussie driver, it's good to have him back in. And maybe he just needed a mental freshener. And like, I didn't sort of know much of the backstory as to why he got back in. But then when you start to hear when he's driving the Red Bull testing car for laps, and he's getting like times that would have him on pole essentially, it ends up being a no-brainer for him, doesn't it? So hopefully he makes a good fist of it. It's just good to have his personality, his vibes back on the track. He's just a really high-energy, likeable person, Ricciardo. Yeah, King, good to hear the Matildas won. I watched the first 20 minutes, then the TV got taken over. But, yeah, very good to see them get the W. Yeah, Bennett, hopefully the PS5 patch, they said very soon, but like I said, I don't know if that means days or weeks, but if Ross or Jordan are watching the stream, feel free to let us know if they know when that's going to be. That would be handy.
Both coaches will be pleased with their players' intensity so far.
Thanks, Gary.
12 a.m. Monday. The race times are so annoying. I know we can't help it because of where the countries they're being raced in, but it would just make it so much easier to watch, because I find with sports stuff, it's so hard to try and watch it the next morning or later the next day and not hear about the result, because there's so many media outlets and so many news sources these days, not to mention just people you deal with in your everyday life that may say something about the result, and, you know, it's ruined. So you're kind of not forced to have to watch it live, but yeah, it works out better if you do. Yeah, I'd be keen to hear what people think about the new patch, if they're finding it a bit more difficult. Like, so I feel like there's a lot more dropped marks and spilled contests, which I know a lot of people are wanting, so you're not taking as many marks. And marking, I reckon as a defender, I reckon you almost are going to have to try and spoil more to be safe, and that's just very, very early vibes. But yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
What a game he's having.
Oh fuck! I missed that spoil though. Butters or Nick Dacos? I'd probably take Dacos. I think. How do I drop that in front position? Got a spoil. Good spoil. Have a blanket social media. I know. It's so hard to do though. And because like of where I work, there's like a lot of sport nuts there, and we're all in very, very close proximity to each other because of just the layout of the office. And it would just inevitably get ruined. I could try, but I could, yeah. Oh, good. No, I needed a second tackler there. Needed a second tackler. Got to do me footy tips tomorrow. It was weird actually not doing the footy tips on the Friday, to be honest, not going to lie. Georgiades. Oh no.
The Pies on the ball now. Turned over on centre wing.
I'll do a chip kick. So it gives
Can
us
he
some
hit a
more,
target?
bit more height there.
Horn Francis.
Probably hard to
with an
tell
opportunity.
on that camera angle,
That
to
could
be
be a
honest.
goal-saving tackle. They appeal for a free kick.
Who will
but
win,
will have a
Crows or
stoppage.
Demons? That's a good one. I think the Demons should win that.
Cameron got his palm to
Um,
it. Boat collects
Unfortunately,
the
I feel like they're coming
Cruz
back into good
doesn't want
form.
to turn it over there.
Because they're a team that I probably
Close
felt that we were
it
half a
up.
chance of
Just the
beating
flight
in a
well.
couple of weeks, which we kind of need to beat
Just
someone
has to
like
hit
them
the
if we're going to
target.
make finals. But then they've started to string together some good performances, so I'm a little bit worried now
Errant hand pass,
that
and
they're
they've turned
hitting
it over.
form again. Who do you reckon will win it, King? The Crows aren't without a show, though. Like,
Step at a
oh
time.
god, I got specky big
Good
time.
vision there.
Ooh.
Pendlebury, Cameron. He's everywhere at the moment.
Oh, Leah.
Leah comes over the top and holds on. And they're away.
Oh, go.
Wines.
Go, Ollie.
Long
Horn
ball
Francis. No.
in. Horn Francis.
Nah,
will
couldn't
take
keep it in.
some stopping.
Lots to analyse, Gaz. What stands out?
There's often a correlation
Shay, is it?
between
Not yet,
out
not yet. So
and
the patch will come to PlayStation shortly, is what they said. Very soon. Sorry, with the words very soon. But like I said earlier, I'm not sure if that means days or weeks, but we'll try and find out. It just depends on when it was submitted and then when Sony released it, I guess. There's a few things that need to take place. Get the handball out.
It's a bit of a stoppage fest.
Ah, Musty, thank you for the follow on Twitch. Much appreciated. Oh, you reckon the Diesel win as well? Yeah, they're looking good. And Clayton Oliver will be back soon, won't he? Is he in a couple of weeks? I won't be at all shocked if he comes back for the Richmond game. It'll just be our luck that he'll bloody come back for that game and absolutely torch
It's a
us.
tough game. Just shoveled it out. It's amounted to nothing.
Oh, he
He's got an option
changed
in the
direction
centre
there. My
square.
goodness.
Pendlebury. Can you believe it?
Port's
Oh,
winning.
it's incredible.
I think Port will win as well
Amazing.
against Collingwood. I think this week will be the loss that Collingwood need to have, like it was for you guys last week against Carlton.
Now for some analysis.
I know no one likes losing, but with how both teams have been playing, I think having a loss is actually important to reset. Just, I don't want to say that people get ahead of themselves, but I think it's just good to, cop the loss, go back and reevaluate, analyse a few more things, and just reset. I found that was the best thing that happened to us as a Richmond supporter when we lost a few games too.
But the umpire will have it.
Flemmer. I have to read this. Do you think the Tigers are deliberately managing Lynch and Gibcus? Because I've heard rumours that Gibcus has been medically cleared to play 3 to 4 weeks ago. Really? Where did you hear that from, if you don't mind me asking? That's interesting. I don't know what we would have to gain by that, because we actually need him. I can understand the Lynch one not playing, because if he re-injured or whatever, I get why we're not playing him. But I would have liked Gibcus in ages ago, to be honest. He would have been a very important piece. I just, especially when there's still the possibility of playing finals, I'm not sure why you would wrap them up in cotton wool, because they could play a big part. So that would actually be quite annoying if that was the case. Oh, from some of his family. Jeez, that's a pretty good source. Yeah, that would be super shit.
Uses the non-preferred. Elliott, great body work.
You reckon Down, Russ Smith are gone?
Second effort needed.
Down may be in a bit more trouble than Hugo, potentially Kane. I reckon Ralph Smith will stay. I really do think he's got a little bit to offer. Oh, fuck, I've kicked out.
He might have thought about the corridor.
I just don't think he's a very good sub. So I don't think we've really given him the best chance to perform in the last few weeks. But yeah, I don't actually mind him, Hugo.
Burton blasts away. Fantasia.
Oh, yeah, I reckon the game's leaning towards spoiling now.
The power guarding the corridor.
Yeah, definitely wait until another patch or two come out before you buy it, I reckon. Like I said, I didn't say, there's still, for me, needs to be a few things fixed or up or added into management mode, a bit more depth, which hasn't come along just yet. But once things, like from a gameplay perspective, it plays okay. This is definitely taken a little bit of getting used to, this new patch,
Never looked like being
as
a
it's definitely feeling.
goal.
Oh
Keeps it
no,
low.
that
That
radial
was
thing
very
switches.
terrible.
That's
Can he
interesting.
deliver? Yeah, back him more often
The
than
player lock was switched as I was passing it. I was meant to be going to the guy running to the boundary.
They'll be in front by 1 or by 6.
Alistair on
It's
Twitch,
6.
welcome. Who's going to win on
not.
versus Port versus Collingwood? I reckon Port will get up. For a long time, I'd been saying Collingwood, but then as the week's gotten closer to the end, I'm leaning towards Port winning this one.
The big man
Who do you reckon's
fly.
going to win?
Side bottom.
And I
Has
think
it
it'll
on
be a good loss for
string.
Collingwood to
You can't
have.
afford to do that too often. Out wide with the kick, winds. Just waiting for the right moment to press
As long as
go.
the kicking's not working too bad.
The forwards have been starved lately. Can they make the most of this? Bergman.
Oh,
He's normally
Finlayson.
good on his non-preferred.
Oh.
Fantasia.
Fantasia.
The all-square
Bang.
converts. We're all square.
I took the right options of moving that ball forward.
And Port's form last week, I don't think we can read too much into it either. I don't know. It's going to be a good game. There's lots of good games this week.
Scores
Okay, no, to be honest, Ross Smith is a forward, but no room. Yeah, I didn't mind him on the wing. Halfback, I don't think works for him. I'm not sure he's physically good enough to like defend properly. Because you know he's a lot more slight in weight than even Rioli. But yeah, half forward could be his go or a wing because he's got good running power. But I just think I would like to see him get a consistent block of games, but we can't really afford. Oh no, my stick drift. Fuck. We can't really do it. Hey Dylan, what's going on, mate? Best team in the league, Ethan. Oh, I mean, at the moment, it's hard not to go past Collingwood, to be honest. Overall, best team. I think it's their flag to lose.
We have a thrilling last quarter ahead. Time for some more insights from Gary on the bench.
I can't read who wrote that on TikTok about how they can advertise features in a game and 3 months later still not include them. So they can't include Pro Team yet because I know it doesn't make it right, but because crossplay is not enabled yet, that's the why.
Couldn't agree more.
But yeah, it would have been good to have Pro Teams earlier. On the flip side, I'm actually, given the state of the game gameplay-wise up until the last few patches, they couldn't have released Pro Team anyway. There is no way they could have put that mode online in the state online was in. And again, I'm not excusing it or saying that's a valid reason. I'm just saying that I would actually have... I'm preferring that they didn't put it out early because it would have been just an even shitter experience all around for people for a mode that has things you potentially can buy if you want to. You don't have to. So I think it's important that they did hold off to get online right before dropping it in.
Goes very wide.
I know people don't like that because, like you said, it was advertised, we don't have it, and I think that's a very valid comment. But I reckon the ultimate reasoning as to why it hasn't come yet, I'm personally okay with it because it would have a more of a negative effect if it had to come out in the bad state. Oh, what was my defender doing? Port win by 10 plus. Points or goals, Alice? Surely points. Flimmer possibly would Pro Team cross-play. I mean, but cross-play, maybe not so much cross-play because that, you know, you can still cross-play between Steam and PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 and then PS5 and PS4. So you don't need the Xbox piece to do that, but without knowing much about coding myself at all, maybe it's something that's more beneficial or easier to do all of them at once rather than to do two and then go back and do another one. I don't know. It's just a hypothesizing moment. Like I said, I don't know jack shit about coding, but maybe there's a reason like that as to why they have to wait. But it does suck because obviously we're all sort of on limited games or availability of games because everyone's sort of waiting. Yeah, I reckon. Yeah, if Collingwood and Port play the grand final, I reckon the Pies will get it done.
We know how damaging he can be.
Away we go once more.
The new update, Nick, welcome. The new update is there's a new goal kicking mechanism for set shots, a new like a couple of slide bars.
Pendlebury.
There's
Dangerous
improved
delivery zone.
handball and oh Jesus, improved handball and tackling for users.
Myercheck.
Pardon me. There's a couple of new slide cut scenes. There's a new coin toss. A couple of new coin toss people. You can skip it as well. There's a couple of new kicks, so you can do a chip kick. So if you hold left bumper, right bumper, and press A, you can chip kick it, so you get a bit more elevation. And if you hold the bumpers and hit the handball button, it's a chip handball. So there's a couple of different little things there as well. I have personally found the game to be a lot more difficult as well since the update. So I feel like there's a lot more spoiled contests, so you're not, or even just dropped marks, so you're not marking everything. And that's especially proving difficult in the back line because the forwards are taking more marks than they used to against me. So I think using the spoil is going to actually come back into fashion a bit more than maybe what it was. And that's, I mean, that's, oh no, I've left my man there. Make a decision. That's on the back of 2 games, so maybe there's a bit more to test potentially. This side is the weekend's best win for the Pies. Really? Since, wow. Yeah, they're a good team though. There are patch notes up on Big Ant's Twitter. I read them out earlier. I'll try and do it again in a sec. Because it's quite long.
Takes an excellent grab. This is aggressive ball movement.
Yeah, there's definitely more spoiling and drop marks now for sure.
They're going nowhere and we'll have a stoppage near the centre.
And like I said, this is the second game now I'm getting beaten quite convincingly, and prior to this patch on hardest, I would usually win okay. I wouldn't smash teams, but I was able to hold my own and was more than competitive and would win my fair share. But this is definitely a lot more difficult. So we've got the new set shot bar here for anyone who wants to see. It's a lot more solid, a big red area. I'm still trying to work out the full mechanics and what to do myself. Maybe I didn't allow for enough wind there. Maybe I didn't. After this game, I'll read the patch notes out, and then I'm going to try an online game and see how that goes. Oh, Aaliyah. This will be interesting to see what Aaliyah's set shot bit's like. So it looks like for Aaliyah, there is a bit less of a red zone because he's obviously not a forward. I wonder what that means for this next bit, though. I went quick.
Very close.
Ah, I missed. Bloody hell, yeah.
Within striking distance, but they need to make the most of their shots on goal.
The Pies have been very good today.
Yeah, the game's definitely harder. Not going to lie. I'm not sure that's a bad thing, though. Okay, so for those who have just joined, I'll read out the patch notes again. Welcome to everybody. So this is just for Steam at the moment. PlayStation coming very soon is what they've written on Twitter. So the patch notes for tonight are as follows. Improved set shot user interface, improved set shot mechanics, improved AI decision making, improved AI positioning, improved player controlled handballs, improved player controlled tackling, improved special events, field and ball markings, improved scene transition screen wipe, improved coin toss sequence to allow skip, added chip kick and chip handball, added online custom match quarter length options, added additional coin toss characters, updated selected AFL player hair and likeness, increased custom club count to 1,024, disabled weather at Marvel Stadium, and improved stability. So they are the patch notes for tonight. That is on Big Ant's Twitter. I'll also send it out on Discord, Twitter, and do on TikTok on it after this as well. But they are the patch notes. So, who do we check? Cooper, welcome. Quinton Narkler. I'll do a quick check of the Narcs. I don't know if I've got the right one though. Fuck. And then I'll try an online game, and then that might be it. Quinton Narkle. He plays for Port. View players. I reckon that looks reasonably like him. Maybe he's got longer hair in real life, though. Face-wise, I think that looks not too bad, but I just think he's got longer hair. I'm not sure, though, if that's the same as last time or not. So that was Lanarkle. I was a little bit bummed we didn't pick him up. Oh, that's still the Geelong version. Okay. Okay, so that does make sense that I could tell who he was, but yes, he's not the new Narkle. Okay, I get you. Ah, thank you, Forrester. Happy affiliate anniversary. I know, it's crazy. That's been a year. I probably need to do a bit more of a proper stream, a special occasion for it. Might do that in the coming days, potentially. So we're going to try and find an online game. We'll go Richmond. The game's a lot harder, Forrester. Not going to lie. It's definitely a lot harder to mark than what it has been. Spoiling, I think it's going to come back into fashion. There's a new goal kicking meter, which has been kind of cool. So that takes a little bit of getting used to. There's a couple of new... You can do a chip kick and a chip handball, which has worked a couple of times. I haven't been able to try it too much, though. Oh, connection lost. Oh, hang on. Hang on a second. Crossplay enabled for online matches. This can be configured. Interesting. So that says at the top there, I don't know if anyone else saw that. It says that crossplay enabled for online matches. This can be configured at the settings menu. Interesting. I wonder if that's just a menu note or if that's actually real. Because surely they would have... Surely, if crossplay was actually activated, they would have had that in the patch notes, I imagine. I don't think that's something you would leave out. But there was definitely a note there upon clicking on online game quick play saying that there was crossplay enabled. That's interesting. And now we can't find a game. What have you been up to today, Forrest? How's your Port Adelaide going to go this week? Make sure as well, guys, I know I said it earlier, but it's just something I'm proud of, that's all, that if you didn't see the Brian Lake interview last night, definitely head to YouTube and check it out. There's a part 1 and part 2 up at the moment. Part 1 is his time at the Bulldogs, part 2 is his time at the Hawks, and part 3, which will be up in a day or two, is about like Survivor and ask him some random questions about tomato sauce in the fridge and cupboard and shit like that. So that is all up on YouTube, and any love and support on YouTube would be amazing. It's a quality interview. Even if you don't follow Hawthorn or Bulldogs, it was still very, very entertaining and worthwhile listening to, in my opinion. Come on, let's find an online game. Give us some love. We had one before and then the bloody connection dropped out. Which wasn't good. But yeah, the game's definitely a lot more difficult. Welcome to those joining on TikTok. Hope you're all doing well tonight. Here we go. Actually, I got a bit scared at the 150 ping at the start there. Let's see if we can get into the game. Oh God, connection quality 219. Fucking hell. That's not great. Now, I remember a few people telling me about that they were playing against people online and they were just like dropping torps from the center, almost as a cheesy cheat of some type. So I'd be interested to see if that's been taken care of or not, or if that's still doable. I'm personally not very good at torps anyway, so if you ever play against me, that's not really a worry. Ah, oh, fucking online connection. Give us something. That's 2 dropouts in a row. We almost have to give up on online games. No, I'm just going to do one more play now then. That's giving me the shits. Let's go Melbourne. And oh, no, I don't want to play as Carlton though. Fuck. All right, I'll make this the last game. Just another play now. See how it all goes. So we should see a different coin toss. I don't want to go past it too quickly. Oh, we've got another different coin tosser. Ginger Ninja. Okay, so you can skip through that last bit of the coin toss pretty quickly now. It would previously make you wait, and you would have to kind of watch the whole cut scene, so you can get through that pretty quickly. So that's good. That player off the edge of the square there at half back finds himself out of position quite a lot.
Just a question of whether the lead will be 6 points or 1.
Which is interesting.
There goes the kick.
Oh, Big Charlie's nailed one straight off the bat.
If they can get up ahead of steam, they'll be hard to stop. That was a terrific pass.
Oh, and for anyone who's just joined, one thing you'll notice when you do the update, and I don't know why it did this, it honestly didn't make sense to me, but when I played my very first game after this patch update, the scoreboard down the bottom left wasn't there. It actually changed the default status of that to off. So you will have to go into your in-game pause menu settings and turn that back on. I'm not sure why that would default that way. Oh, fuck, Ben Brown, that's ugly. But that is what it was. Tactical Whiskey. If I've got Evo 2, is this one worth picking up yet? Should I wait for a sale? It looks nice at least.
It's a tough game.
It depends on what you like to do in the game, if that makes sense. So at the moment, for example, if you're the type of player who likes a really, really deep management mode, being able to grow and train your plays and everything like that, which I think most people do, but if that's like really big for you, I would hold off because it's still not in the game yet, so that's something they've got to add into management mode ASAP. Gameplay-wise, I personally think the gameplay is fine, although this new patch is taking a little bit of adjusting. You can definitely still do a management season because you can trade, you can get your free agents, you can draft, your players decline. Oh my god. Your players decline with age. I still don't know if your drafted players improve, but that needs to happen as well. But yeah, if you can get by with just that part of it, get it now. But otherwise, there's probably still another patch or two away to get the other main features in there for management mode, I think anyway, to make it worthwhile. But everyone's different what they look for and like. Humphrey Ross and Big Ant blocked on Twitter for criticism on their shocking game. Bunch of sooks. Well, Humphrey, if I'm being honest with you, it really depends on how people go about it. If people are just being trolls and dicks, then I don't blame them. If people want to be constructive and say, this part of the game doesn't run well, but this is what I reckon you should do instead to fix it, then they're more likely to actually hear you out, as opposed to people who just flat out trash the game and don't offer much else other than that. I get the frustration, but if you want to be heard and want to have an impact, there's just ways to go about it. And I think people who, I'm not saying you were just abrupt and rude, I'm not saying that at all, but if people are abrupt and rude, then I don't think they should be surprised if they get blocked. But I reckon if you want tactical stuff, management stuff, I reckon hold off until that part drops into the game. It's been screaming out for it, and I'm really shocked that it wasn't in there from earlier on, to be honest. It's always fun being able to train your plays. Like I want to be able to train my big key forward to take marks because he's not very good at that currently. But we drafted him because of his name. But yeah, that to me that's a big feature that's got to come in sooner rather than later. It's been too long, in my opinion. Oh, Max Gorn, you are slow.
Clever kick. Defence 101 there. Lever. Delightfully done.
Good handball. Ah, fuck, the siren beat me to it. Hey, Brady, no need to be sorry. No need to be sorry at all.
First term comes to an end.
Yeah, Cody, I reckon you're right. I reckon there was a large portion of people who got it for Pro Team. So that's obviously been a bit of an annoyance that it's still not out yet. But you couldn't release it. You couldn't do it with the way the state the game was in terms of, because online was playing far worse than offline. Until recently, it has caught back up and is playing okay. Although struggled to find a game tonight. But yeah, you couldn't drop that mode with the way online was. So they have had to do obviously a lot of work to get that up to speed, which I know that everyone would have rather that happen quicker, but I suppose the risk you run if you do it too quickly and it doesn't work, then everyone's even more pissed off because they've dropped something that doesn't work. So it's a little bit you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, but the quicker they can get it in running properly, the better, obviously. Hopefully there's a few cheeky little free packs for everyone as a token of appreciation. Oh, fuck, that wind and that kick. I'm terrible at this kicking. Terrible. Sorry, I'm pausing because my screen just went black. Yeah, Percy, 100% on Twitch. The training part is huge. Like, I've drafted a player, Cockshow. He's 69 overall, 202 centimetres, and I want to be able to improve his marking because the dude's a giant, but he can't mark for shit. So I want to be able to improve his stats. Pro Team seems to be dead. 1 month since update on it. Oh, 100% get the frustration, Humphrey. 100%. Just all I'm saying is as long as it's conveyed the right way, they'll hear you out, I suppose. But I fully get it, man. I fully get it. Especially the Pro Team. And I really do hope that comes sooner rather than later. And I honestly hope that it does really well because having all the legends in the game and things like that, it's going to bring back so many good memories for people, you know, using Jason Dunstall or Peter Dacos, Buckley, things like that. Like, footy fans are going to love that kind of stuff. And while it's frustrating that it's not in the game at the moment, because of the type of players that they've got in there honestly is a part of me that I'm okay with it being delayed if it means they're going to get it in there and it's going to run well and be done right. Because it deserves that extra bit of love and it deserves to run as well as it should. But we all just want it now because it's been, what, a few months or whatever. So I 100% get it. I think everyone's frustrated, including them. But for me still, though, Humphrey, it's more about the communication piece. Like, I think people would be able to cope a bit better with it all if it was just conveyed. Okay, Pro Team was meant to, hypothetically, was meant to be for this date. It's probably going to be shifted out to here because of X, Y, and Z. We'll keep you updated. Just small things like that, I think, would actually alleviate a lot of the stress points that people have got. But it just hasn't happened. And that, not just for Pro Team, but for a lot of the, like, when updates are coming out, I just think they could have really improved the communication piece and it would have made people feel a lot easier about stuff. Yeah, Cody, I reckon they have. Yeah, Brody, there's new coin toss people. We just had a redhead gentleman toss the coin before, and prior to that, I've had 2 females tossing the coin. G'day, Thomas. You found out. Sorry, I got to pause to read this. Hey, I only somehow found out today, due to listening on Spotify, that you're one of the main players in the Tigercast. I am. Yep. So I've been running the Tigercast for 7 years. There's a few Tigercast listeners who follow this as well. A few of the Richmond boys on Twitch, definitely. But I'm glad you're able to make the connection. I'm glad that it's a familiar face and familiar voice. Do you like the Tigercast? Apple Pie, welcome. The patches. I'll read out after this game. This is my last game, and then I'll read out the patch notes. But from going off memory here, but I'll read them out at the end. There is a new goal kicking meter. There's improved handball and tackling for users.
Can they keep the footy this time?
There's new coin toss people. There's some new cutscenes.
The defenders will be nervous. Lever wins it back.
What else was there?
He's generally a good
Custom squads have been upgraded to 10,024, so you can make more teams. But this isn't written in the patch notes. But the game, for me, is definitely harder. So I feel like there's now, and I've seen a lot of people ask about, like, comment about this previously, but there's definitely a lot more spilled marks, like just when you bumble it and don't mark it at all. Not due to a spoil, but just due to dropping the mark, which I think is okay because that happens. You don't want to mark everything. So there's more of that. Marking in general, I feel, is harder. It's like they've tightened up the timing mechanism, that you've got to time it a lot better. Maybe I'm wrong and it hasn't, but it honestly feels that way. I think that's okay though. So I reckon that spoiling is going to start to become a big thing again for me personally, especially when in defence, because I've been getting outmarked quite a bit where I would usually be marking it. Oh, and my defenders are all over the shop here. All over the shop.
Goals haven't exactly flowed so far.
Yeah, I've been listening for 3 or 4 years. I love it. Awesome. Appreciate you tuning into the Tiger Cast. It's been good fun. Now, especially getting a few more past players on and things like that. It's good. The boys, the other guys that jump on as well, are very, very good. Like, I feel that they probably offer a bit more than I do. I'm just happy to steer the ship and let them do their thing. But occasionally, you know, if there's light on for numbers, I've got to step up and do a bit more with research and stats I do. But I think what I like about it is we all bring different things to the tables. That's why it works. G'day Pete, the patch is going okay. Like I said before, the game's definitely a lot more difficult. So this is my 3rd game, and I play on hardest typically, and I usually will win more than I lose. And I'm not getting close at the moment. So I feel like it's been amped up a bit. Appreciate the follow, Percy, on Twitch. Who's the bigger player you've spoken to? The bigger player? What do you mean? Oh yeah, Marley, yeah, she's trying to get warm for the night on her bed. And hopefully the boys don't get out here in the morning and piss her off. They just love her though, that's the thing. She kind of confuses their love for her for annoying the shit out of her. It's like trying to chase her and pat her, and she's usually pretty good with them, but sometimes she just likes to have her own space too, just like Mum and me and Lauren do. The kids. We haven't played pro clubs in a hot minute. We're actually talking about that today, Forrest. We're talking about it because the new EA FC pro clubs. There's a few of us at work who are going to get it, and so because I work with the sock puppet, and we were joking about how I could quite easily bring up some footage of him raging and missing quite a few easy goals in a row on one of those nights, which was quite funny. Hey, Des Blues, welcome. Nah, we'll do, Thomas, we'll do. It's been good fun. It's been good fun. And I enjoy the visual element of the podcast as well now. That was a CB idea, that wasn't me. That was all CB, but I'm glad he forced my hand on it. Oh, I'm missing everything here.
The Blues will know they got away with one there.
Yeah, Apple Pie, I'm the same as you. I'm struggling with marking as well. It's like, I don't know categorically, but it's definitely been, like, even that, a specky that was spilled, that didn't happen hardly ever. I don't mind that though, so I don't think I'm complaining. But I feel like the marking timings have been tightened up quite a bit. So I feel like people are going to spoil more, is what I think will end up happening.
Who can get the clearance? Hunter.
No, Des Please, I don't. I don't understand why. Like, I was trying to re-upload the team the other night, and I think we had 30 or 31 plays, something like that. And then I just hit, like, upload new data or whatever it was, and I hadn't changed anything. I was just trying to get the bloody logo to be on the Guernsey. And then for some reason, it then changed to, like, I had one less play or two less players. Like, what the hell's happened there? And I just thought it might have been a bit of a bug, and when I reset it, it come back. So I'm still trying to work out why it did that.
Heads towards half forward.
because I didn't change anything or do anything with the players. I literally just tried to click upload the logo again, so that it would appear on the Guernsey. That is the only thing I did. Can we hit a forward up?
Can he find a
I reckon we can hit him. Oh, Ben Brown.
Young is calm in a crisis. No easy
Oh, I've got to handball that out.
Bowie.
Oh,
That could be
no.
a goal-saving tackle. McGovern.
Oh, jeez, McGovern, you are lucky.
De Koning. That's an aggressive handball. Akers.
Yeah, De Koning
Creeps. You can
was
see
never going to
their
get outmarked by
confidence
Brayshaw there.
growing. The
This is a
Blues
new update.
move
Yep,
the
this
ball well.
is.
And 50. This'll be
Oh,
a
shit, I go by
goal.
50.
These
Excellent.
half chances can often beat the difference.
I always spoil it by accident. Are you using the right stick there, Apple?
We've seen him
Caught
do
by
this
12 on
before.
Saturday. Yeah, I reckon
And
you'll
he's
get
done
up
it
for us.
again.
I think you will get up.
A few hands will start to drop soon if they can't turn the tide. They're right on the edge.
The Blues.
It should be a good game. This actual whole round's going to be very good.
Cripps, red at best. They're huffing and puffing. Well, I suppose if you're going to turn it over, that's not
Oh
the
no,
worst
smothered.
place. Owies collects the half volley.
I'll try and do.
Lever, one step ahead.
Oh, dribble kick.
Can
That wasn't what I was
they
trying to
find
do.
a late goal? They might be caught out
I'll
on the
try and do one of those
turnover.
lofted kicks. Appreciate the follows on TikTok.
Too strong, too good. They can smell
Applies
the
by
victory.
40 plus.
Kerno is a beacon in that forward line.
So,
With a late chance.
was it Marcus? Yes, Marcus, welcome. There's a new set shot kick meter. There's a new, you can do chip kicks and chip handballs by holding the bumper, both bumpers, left and right, at the same time, and hitting handball or kick. What else is there? There's new coin tosses. A lot of the other stuff is not gameplay related as such, but yeah, tossing the coins different. There's a couple of cut scenes, but I think what's not been written into the patch notes is the game's definitely more difficult, because I'm losing 36 to 9 on hardest. For the third game in a row, I'm getting belted, and that never was the case.
Sometimes you can actually play your best footy because it frees you up knowing that you've
So
got nothing to
online
lose.
has been fixed. I couldn't get a game tonight. It dropped out, but one thing I did notice when I went to find a game online is that it came up with a message at the top that said crossplay is now available, and you can pick it from, you can change it in your settings menu. Now I don't know, this will sound stupid, but bear with me. I don't know if crossplay is actually enabled yet, because I feel like that's something they would have flagged on the patch notes. But the message 100% come up on my screen. 100% come up on my screen when entering quick play online, that saying that crossplay is available. But I don't know if that's in preparation. And the opposition aren't missing again. Like the wind, it's pissing rain and it's windy as, and they haven't missed. So that's a little bit annoying. The PlayStation update, they just said is coming soon. It didn't have a specific time frame as such. Yeah, Jim, I've heard that. When I tried to play an online game earlier, I actually did mention that people had said that people were kind of just spam torpedoes from the centre. I've not personally seen it, but I've not had a lot of luck playing online games in recent times. But from when I haven't noticed people spamming that. But that's, yeah, I don't like it when people do exploits like that. It's a bit. See, I don't mind missing that because it's windy and maybe I've got the kicker wrong. But why aren't they missing? I played an online player, he was spinning around me and I couldn't get him. If anyone cops anything like that, like I remember early days there was a bit of a glitch where you could pretty much run with your arms raised with the ball up the entire field and not get tackled. If you do notice anything like that, definitely report it, because they're super keen to iron all that shit out and fix any exploits that people are trying to do. Unfortunately, people always find a way, don't they? Oh, Brayshaw's gotten away from De Koning there. Oh, good tackles. Should I click R2? I usually do L2 when trying to do a specky, and I don't really know if it does anything. It's just something that I do. But I don't know why. It may not do anything, but for normal marks, no. I don't hold R2. I'm not sure. I'm nervous with that. We're definitely going to have to get our spoiling on, folks.
Pickett. He's run into trouble. Gathers it
Go.
cleanly on the wing. Oliver.
I'll try a loft kick. Oh, chip kick. There we go.
Good penetration on the kick.
Got some air on it.
Brown. How will the umpire see this? A few hearts in mouths for a moment or two.
No, I'm just doing play now at the moment, Marcus, because I'm honestly trying to get used to the game again because it's changed. Because it's gotten a lot more difficult. I was kind of wanting to try and get used to the new set shots and everything before doing my management.
Who's at home? Honors the lead.
To inject some life into this contest.
I know that's a bit of a wimpy bitch move, but always a left footer. Bailey Fritsch, folks, underrated. Fuck, I cannot get this right. 1-4.
Some good work to create that shot on
I'm the
goal, but
2028,
unfortunately,
round
the finish let them down.
4.
To bring it in. Have they
Round 3, smash the Tigers.
Hurried kick goes very wide.
Well, as long as you don't do what I do and lose a prelim by 2 points to Carlton, you're sweet. Oh no, I tried to torp it, and lever is way too slow.
He bit off more than he could chew there.
Saar can run with the footy. Walsh. His field kicking is normally first rate. The Blues came away.
Damn.
2 strikes.
No, I've missed most of the
And
Ashes.
2 good.
Dust Blues.
On behalf of Daniel Hartford, Gary Lyon, and myself, Anthony Hudson. Thanks
Yeah, Jim, new set shot meter, so there's a lot more of a bigger red zone, and then there's a new looking timing sweet spot. But I can't even tell you the tips or tricks of where to hit it because as you just saw, I kicked 1 goal 5 or something ridiculous like that. So there was a bit of wind as well, but I have noticed the AI aren't missing. So that's actually probably a concern that I might flag because you don't want it to go back to that. Like I don't think there might have been 1 point kicked in 3 games from them. I'll have to actually go and check that. So yeah, that won't be good. But that is me done for the night, folks. I'll read out for those who've just joined, I'll read out the patch notes again just quickly. So improved set shot UI, improved set shot mechanics, improved AI decision making, improved AI positioning, improved player controlled handballs, improved player controlled tackling, improved special events, field and ball markings, improved scene transition screen wipe, improved coin toss sequence to allow skip, added chip kick and chip handball to controls, added online custom match to quarter length options, added additional coin toss characters, updated selected AFL player hair and likeness, increased custom club count to 1024, disabled weather at Marvel, and improved stability. So they are the patch notes for tonight. That's on their Twitter. I'll post them out as well, and I might do a little TikTok shortly to get that out there too. But let us know how you all go on Steam with that one. And like I said, personal view, the game's much harder now. I would like to find out if I'm imagining things or not, but yeah, definitely harder. And for PlayStation wise, it says available soon, or very soon. It says very soon. So hopefully that's days and not weeks. But we'll have to wait and see. So thank you for everybody for tuning in tonight. Much appreciated. Thank you so much to Sarge and to Carlton for subscribing earlier on. Much appreciated. Your love and support is always amazing. And thank you to everyone on TikTok for the follows and for the roses and the tennis ball. And we will be back on, what day is today? Thursday. Maybe not tomorrow because the footy's on, but potentially over the weekend we'll do something there. But otherwise, make sure you jump onto YouTube. Check out the Brian Lake interview from last night. It's in 2 parts. There's a 3rd part coming. And I'll try and do a vlog for the Hawthorn game. So if you're at the game and you see me filming shit, feel free to come and say hi and get your ugly mug on TV. Not TV, but on a video. So have a good night, folks. Thanks for dropping by. Get around the World Cup.